Alright guys, it's been filthy out here, but this is what I'm going to work on today. My truck's filthy. It's been raining and stuff, but see how this is gloss black and those look faded. You know, you can buy stuff to darken them up, plastic stuff, but I'm just going to take them off, sand them down a little bit, and try to paint match them to the bumper. That's my goal today, so I'm going to work on. So let's get started. Alright, okay, now down here under the bumper. Now obviously I got an aftermarket bumper, but it looks the same as a factory bumper. This actually came off the factory bumper. So what I'm going to do now is I went ahead and pulled this out, the wiring harness. Basically pinch back on here, then pull it backwards. And then if you look, there's metal brackets on each side. I'm going to get my pliers and try to push those in to push this out. This one here, my lock actually broke a while back. It just doesn't turn. I know a lot of F150s have that problem. So I actually had a couple screws just wedged in the sides, if you can look closely, holding it in. And I bought a new piece that I'm just going to fill it in. I'm going to go ahead and take the spare out. That's not going to fit on my truck anyway, and then remove that. All right, back on top. So basically, like I mentioned, you just squeeze those, and then I just squeeze the sides here, pushed real hard. See how it kind of just anyway, and then pulled it out. And this one I'm just going to come straight out. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get them sanded down, start painting them. All right, guys, so I actually picked this up at AutoZone. It's just a filler primer for some of the plastic, just fill in the grooves. It recommends, I read the directions on it, recommends to actually sand with, let me look, I think it says, yeah, either 180 or 240 grit sandpaper. I actually brought up this, or picked this up, I think this is, it's 180, picked this up from AutoZone 2 for like $5. But I got some just regular paper sandpaper I may whip out too, but I'm just going to go ahead and get the sides of this real sanded. Then on top, it's going to be a little tricky because the lettering and stuff. I'm going to try to just do a light coat of sanding. And then it also recommends on here that if you use adhesive promoter, it's asking for some adhesive promoter. I actually have this adhesive promoter already in the house from some other stuff. You can buy that at AutoZone too for like $8 a can. 220 grit now. Use this to get these little grooves. You see that or not? Little grooves in there. This little handle. It's a little where it's shiny. I'm going to go ahead and get it flattened out. Back this, and you won't see this will be behind the bumper. Alright, so I feel pretty good where it's at. I'm going to go ahead and use the adhesive promoter on it and just get around it. As I put the adhesive promoter on it, you'll see it just getting dark, or blacker I should say. Once it gets black, I'll go on to the next section and keep going around. And so I'll start that now. Brush on type of adhesive promoter. There are sprays, there's wipes you can pick up as well. I like this because you can kind of just dab if you need to, using the brush in between all these lettering that I'm trying to save. Yeah, I could just get out the sander and blast all this stuff off, but I really want it to still say Ford and all that stuff when you look closely. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start with the second coat on that should get it pretty level and smooth. Hit this one. I don't want this to get too level because I do want to. This is just the primer. All right, just an update. So I got the spare tire out, which I'm never gonna use. With 37s on that truck over there. Gonna go ahead and this one's about dry. You see there's still a little bit of lines in there. Look closely, let me see. Yeah, you can still see the lines. And this side of the other side looks awesome, really, guys, before I flipped it over. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this one another coat. I'm gonna hit this one again to see if I can get the this primer to kind of level it out. All right, guys, I'm gonna show you where I was at, but here's the piece. Like I said, I ordered this off of, I believe, eBay, and it replaces the, I'm gonna hit it probably one more time, but it's gonna replace the lock. I told you the lock not working for my spare tire. It's just basically a level plastic piece. I think it did 3D printing, and but anyway, I'm gonna hit one more coat, and then I'm gonna go black on it. You see I kind of mudged it a little bit with my finger. And then this thing, look how well this is drying. So that was like maybe 5 minutes. I'm gonna give it a few more minutes, and I'll start painting both these blacks. Let me introduce you to what I'm actually gonna be using. So you've already seen me use this one here. That's the primer that I'm using. It kind of has it gray right now. The next thing I'm gonna be adding on is the Rust-Oleum. It's gloss black. And then once that dries, I got this high gloss clear coat. So my goal is to try to get the match bumper. If you look at my truck, it's actually, the paint coat for this truck is actually shadow black. If you stand back and look at the bumper, believe it or not, that's actually a gloss black bumper. It's not really paint match. When I put them side by side each other, it's dirty now. You can't really tell. You couldn't tell. And so the price difference for me to just get shadow black versus just a gloss black like I did was substantial. And I didn't see it being worth my while, so I didn't do it. And you know, I walk around to the front of the truck, same thing, you know, had the same guy powder coat it, but oh, I'm glad I walked around and left my lights on. But you know, if you look here and look there, it's hard to tell with the naked eye that that's not the same color black. But anyway, so I'm going with gloss black. All right, it's starting to come together. So these got their first coat of gloss black. If you look at that one there, a lot of the lines came out like we were talking about from the 3D printer. You look closely, you'll still see some, but I think with the next couple coats, those go away. I'm really pleased how it's the first letter, but look, see how you can still see the letters. Yet it's shiny. That's what I'm going for. So, all right, guys, just want to give you one more update before I try to put it back on the truck. But I put one more coat on these black ones. It's the last time you've seen it, and then I just now sprayed it down with this acrylic lacquer. Give it a good shine. So far, I think it's going to match up pretty good. Actually, between coats, I went and cleaned the truck off, so now the bumper looks a little more shinier. You can see the difference of the paint now. But anyway, so what we're going to do, of course, it's trying to rain on me a little bit, but I'm going to pop this little one in. See, it just lines up just like that. There you go. One done, one to go. All right, here goes. I'm back underneath the truck again. Gotta love the Indiana weather. As soon as I wipe the truck off, it starts raining here in Indiana. But real quick, so put this one in from the other side. Remember these metal clips? I actually got black. So they used to be silver, but they're black now. But just gotta make sure they're latched in there real good, which they seem to be. And then this basically just lines up, just like you had before. Real quick, wanted to see what it looks like. Got them both on now. So if you can remember what they looked like before, I'll drop a picture down below. I think it's substantial. I'm really happy with the outcome. Matches the truck real well. Some people have asked me about doing a walk around on my truck. I'll do that probably, I don't know, next couple of weeks or so. But since I'm back here, I'll just tell you, probably get a lot of questions. That's a Barricade off-road bumper. Ordered it through American Trucks. It actually came like with a rough paint on it. I took it, had it powder coated. Well, sandblasted, then powder coated. Like I mentioned, gloss black. When I'm back here, also, this is the Op 7 tailgate bar. If you have a 15 through 17 F150, it's really tricky. If you guys need help with that, I could probably post a video, but I tell you, it took me 3 or 4 times to get it figured out. I kept getting alerts on my dash and everything else, just because of the way it was wired. I know 18 on, Op 7 does offer a harness for it, which is basically just a plug and play in one of your tail lights. That one's hardwired. Most of the wires on the left side. There's one that come on the right for the turn signal. I may post a video about down that road, but anyway, figure I'd get some questions on the bumper. Wanted to share that. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hopefully it'll help you out. If any ideas you may have, anything you think I should do to the truck down the road, put some notes in the comment. What do you think I should do next? Obviously I got a purpose for this truck. Some of you who follow me on Instagram get it. I'll probably explain that in video down the road. But do appreciate you following, liking, subscribing.